that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
All right. Somebody eating. Welcome back, y'all. Another Wednesday on ATR and Our Black Media. What's going on, folks?
What's going on?
Why you looking like that?
Welcome back, me.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I think we all took a few weeks off, and
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Jesus was at the Last Supper, so he had to go step away for a moment. Today is back again.
No,
supposed to have Golden State Warriors.
No, I was there last week. Y'all was there. I was there. I came on last week.
Hey, well, man, I had to handle my business, man. You know what I'm saying? I miss y'all. the three amigos.
There it is. You remember last time this happened? What happened? Wait a minute, young lady. Let's give a shout out to our ambitious producer tonight. She's interning. And I want to give a shout out because she's a Savannah State University student in the Communication Arts Department. So Tiffany is going to engineer. She's getting great experience. And so shout out to SSU. When is homecoming, Teray?
In October. I don't know the date.
Oh Lord, it's gonna be a good time this year. We missed 1 or 2 years. And for y'all who haven't experienced it, that HBCU homecoming is like just something you never experienced before.
They had homecoming. They had homecoming last year.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it. Listen, I'm used to the grills and all kind of stuff. The stuff going down. So, but anyway, y'all, welcome back. We back another Wednesday. I think Mr. Hall, we're gonna call him President Hall, is out handling some stuff. He's a little ill, so we're gonna have to run it tonight. And Tiffany and Chandra, I don't know where y'all at. Y'all giving black women a bad name, so I'm picking on y'all.
I'm gonna leave that one alone, boy.
They are both of them. Commissioner Taylor, get on the show. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna do lightning round a little different. We're gonna each give a topic that we want to share, whether it's local or whatever. We're gonna go with Bernard. Go first. What's your 5 minute issue?
You know what? To be honest, it's really not an issue. I want to say this here, man. I want to give all the shout out to Fort Lauderdale Convention Center, Florida, Benny. Man, these young kids, they did their thing in Florida. Nike event. It wore me out, Rob and Jesus. But man, I have never seen I've been coaching for 25 years and played ball and everything. I have never seen these little young kids, 5 and 4 year old, just balling. I mean, it was so many people in there. Once I set all my stuff up and they walked in the convention center and the little kids seen their eyes. It was one little kid, I swear, and I got emotional. When he walked in there and he ran to me and grabbed my leg and said, "Thank you," because he never seen it. It's man, y'all got to see this. It is wonderful. And I mean, like I said, I enjoyed myself. I was ready to come home, but had a wonderful time. Had over 700 teams and the parents, and they showed out. Hey, let me tell you this, and let me tell you this right now. You, Jesus and RG, black men do take care of their kids. Black men do take care of their kids. They was out and about, man. I met so many black young men and men taking care of their kids, and I got 2 of them coming on Saturday night. So that thing that black folks don't take care of their kids or black men is totally wrong. They take care of their kids.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think, and I know Therese talked about this a lot. We've got to stop. Well, in general, we got to stop just listening to what everybody tell us, but 2, we've got to stop listening to what society said about our culture and support our culture and be there. This stuff ain't brand new. It's how the slaves got sold back in Africa. You sit up there and you listen to everything and things happen, and then we looking crazy because we against one another. But anyway, what you talked about a minute ago, Bernard, was exposure. And I'm glad that you did that for the young people, because what happens is when we expose our young folks to stuff, it's just amazing how that one moment could have changed the trajectory of that young person's future. So
yeah,
good job now. Good job.
Definitely. And Jamal, and remember we talked on Everyday Sports, and I was telling you about this young guy in middle school. And RG and Jamal, this boy dropped 40 on Friday, 40 on Saturday, and 40 on Sunday. Man, I don't know what these kids doing, but man, the level of their athletic is totally different than when we was growing up.
Hey, that might be the next Steph Curry.
Man, this dude good, man. And all the ex-NBA players, man, they came out, man, and they always say,
wow,
well, you know, once the ex-NBA player, you know, they do now. Perkins and all these kids that father played in NBA, they was right there with them, coaching. You know, so it was a great job, man. And like I said, I want to thank Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and oh Lord, that's all I got to say. It was good.
Lord, I saw the Miami pictures. You want to tell the people? You want to tell the people what you saw in Miami?
Nah.
That's America After Dark. That's not the
Okay.
Don't
I thought we were going to talk about. I thought we were going to talk about hemp milk.
Don't encourage.
Hey, that's for Saturday night. You right, Jamal. Boy, you looking out for
I thought we were going to talk about some milk. All right, Jesus, what you got for the lightning round?
Los Angeles, DC, Baltimore, Milwaukee, Atlanta are about to exceed their homicide rate from 2021.
Wow.
And so, and what is unique about these cities? These cities also have Democrat leadership in these cities also, and these cities have a population with regards to African people there, and so Savannah's on track with regards to the same thing. So we see it in these cities again with Democrats in power, and so we look at all the same disparities that we see in Savannah, we see around the entire country, and it's about time that we keep talking about it. But we gotta make sure we are holding people accountable and no longer. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to the audience that's out there, checking out the Rabble. It just cannot be Bernard Brown or RG or Jamal. It can't be the 3 of us talking about something that's putting out there. you got to step up to the plate right now. You got to, because it's so desperate. Because if you don't step up to the plate, that violence might come and visit you or visit your home. So,
yeah, you're right. You're right. They man, you know what? And I'm gonna give you all both of y'all. I don't mean to cut it in, but I'm gonna give y'all both.
No, go ahead.
Man, y'all two young gentlemen, along with, you know, I already know Jules, but y'all two young gentlemen, man, y'all people need to realize and get to know who y'all really is. Y'all some damn good young men that love y'all community. Y'all love y'all community. Y'all love y'all community more than I love it. Y'all put hard work in. Y'all do what y'all do. Even though I've been going from there almost, 37 years, man, from Savannah. But, man, if these people listen to y'all two, it'll be totally different. It'll be totally different. Because what come out y'all mouth is straight up honesty and the truth. And y'all don't have too many people down there like that. Man, we don't have too many people like that in the world. Period. So y'all two keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all my little brothers. Yeah, I can act a fool sometime and all the time, but at the end of the day, we keep it real. And if you can't keep it real about trying to help your community, I know everybody said, well, why you talking about the black and the white? No, because I don't know about the white community because I don't stay there. I don't know about the Asian. I grew up in the black community. That's the only thing I know. Yeah, I work with them and all that, but growing up is totally different. And if they listen to y'all, man, it will be a better, it'll be a better situation. And that's how I want to tell y'all that it'll be a better situation.
Yeah, let me speak on that violence part. I think, you know, I think we had and congratulations to Judge Joe. We got our own Judge Joe in Savannah. Look at that. Not Joe Brown, but Joe Huffman. So tell your brother we need a Joe Huffman to protect.
Yeah, good guy. You're a good guy.
I talked to him about this on our show a few weeks ago, and I'm going to say this again. I think in America, United States, we focus too much. One, we militarize police, which I think is terrible. But two, we don't focus enough on violent crime. At the end of the day, socialization of people is just an interesting dynamic. We have come to believe things that are really, in reality, not that serious. So what I mean by that? So you put somebody in jail over marijuana, and while you're spending time doing that, you got 5, that's exaggeration, maybe 5 to 10 people being victimized, killed, and burglarized. Which one is more important? Somebody over here smoking a blunt, or some 5 people over here getting killed or injured? We got to start doing things different. And that's why I keep saying this. We got to stop bothering people who are not doing nonviolent crimes. It is just making no sense to me. If a person, for example, and this is an extreme example, but if a person is out there on the corner, wherever they are, and starting up a pound of cocaine, let them kill themselves or let them do what they got to do. But while they're doing that, and we got resources over here trying to bother them, you got folk getting killed. We got to stop doing stuff just because it's the way we've been doing it. And so that's my take on. That's when I say stop bothering folk for nonviolent crimes. That's why, because at the end of the day, we're not solving an issue. I think I read a post the other day. I think 200 to 500 people are killed every minute in the United States. And you would think law enforcement would get that. But anyway, I think, you know, it is what it is. But yeah.
I don't want those 2 of them cocaine because they're going to be driving cars. Then DUI, kill me. I just don't know. Somebody got to step in. Somebody got to step in and say, hey, you got to control that right there.
But then it turns into a violent crime. Then you see what I'm saying? So now when you want to go do all that, now you shifted into a whole different assembly. So I agree with you there now. Now you want to get out there and drink a drink of 5 and start driving the car. You're in some mess then.
Yeah. You know what? Man, I'm gonna tell you this. And this is what I want both of y'all to do for me. The next time I go out, Top Flight Sport Court, I want y'all to go with me. I want y'all to go with me. And the reason why I say that is this. Man, I know we got black on black crime. It's crazy out there. I know that. But at the end of the day, all black people are not killing each other. You know, you go out there and you try your best to save the one. But man, I've met these young kids from Savannah, Georgia. Yeah. And I went live on the video for Savannah, Georgia. Young kids, man, they was like, I met 7 of them. And it was like, they was age from 15 on down, right? Good kids. And they say their parents are tired of traveling to go to other places to try to make sure their kid make it. What you doing in Savannah? We don't have that much money. I don't know what they're doing in Savannah. I really don't. But at the end of the day, man, I need to find out, man, because we good black people. And I'm tired of, I ain't holding my mouth no more. I'm telling you.
Well, here's the thing. And I tell people this all the time, especially about our young black males. What I have a problem with is 2 parts of this answer. What I have a problem with our education system is we too many years and too often I have seen educators that don't look like us will tell parents that their child is special or whatever word they use now. What the problem is, they're not challenged. And what I mean by that is our young black males and our young black sisters are smarter than the average student. And so when they're not challenged, when they can exceed a grade level, when they can read better, when they can do this work in 5 minutes, when they're not doing their homework, what that tells you is they're bored. So let's move them up to a grade level higher or give them some more challenging work. That's all it is. But we allow people to tell us that our kids are slow and all that, and they adopt that mentality in so many times. So we got to stop doing that for one. But for two, we've got to start, in my opinion, putting together some places where there are resources. I mean, like community centers or nonprofit groups, and bring these folks to the table so that we can expose these students and young people to things. You know, I can only imagine, I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine having a kid now in these streets of Savannah. I know they're worried. I know they're worried, especially for young kids under the age of 20. It's got to be terrifying.
You're right. Hey, I told somebody, I said, look here, if I'm the smartest person in the room, y'all got some problem, because I'm dumb as hell. If I'm the smartest person in this room, y'all got some problem. Because I'm dumb as hell. It's a problem.
And I'll use this, and Trey, I love your feedback on this. What I would love to see more of, and I know I'll probably get in trouble for this one, but we got Georgia Southern and Savannah State right in the backyards of these communities. I want to see more town and guy relationships where one of the things, and y'all know I do work with Clemson, one of the things that I promise, and it's not a perfect institution, but we have programs that will expose students to things that they normally wouldn't get exposed to. I want to see more of that. Invest in our communities. You take up space. I would love to see programs where they're bringing in students who are in income challenging positions to do summer camps or to do some apprenticeship or do something on campus so that they are engaged with productive activities.
So
I'll say this. Queen Quet and I had a conversation with Zoe Nicholson with the Savannah Morning News. One of the things Queen Quet said that we don't need universities getting grants, because what happened, they get these grants, they write these grants, and then guess what? The grants are based on the people here, and the people see nothing. They get none of them, they get no monies, or they give them some peanuts. And then we should be happy about that. And that's how, and they profit off of us. And so when you look at people at these institutions, you have to go and say to yourself, which ones are really in the community? Because that's a critique that I throw out with a lot of folks at Savannah State and at Georgia Southern and other institutions. Say, who do you see out there doing something in the community away from their college or from their university? Who do you see? You can call out names of people. And when you call out the names of people, generally, in some places, it's not even going to be able to fill one hand. Other places, it might be able to be less than 2 hands. So, but we idolize, and so people heard me say this, and so now I guess I'll get even more graphic with the people. When y'all hear me say, I don't care about titles or positions, that mean nothing to me, because that's how we commit fraud, and that's how we have con artistry going on. Because as long as I put a title on my name, guess what? People just let me do what I want on some things, some levels. We act like, well, I might say, no, it's not. That person is foul. That person is stupid. That person is crazy. But we allow the title's position to get us caught up. And so then with these institutions, I'm looking, I grapple with that all the time. I'm like saying, who out there at these institutions are in the community? You can begin counting the people who are in the community that are doing something. And that when it comes down to it, it's not, and it's not the institution, it's that person, because that person has some vested role with regards to that.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all, and it may not, it's just a question that I want to know.
Yeah.
Are y'all afraid of the backlash that you get when you being yourself? The backslash. Are y'all afraid of the backslash? So you kind of keep your mouth shut because you don't want to get the heat from saying what you say.
Well,
are y'all afraid of that?
Well, no. Let me answer that this way. It's two parts of that. So there's a system called the University System of Georgia, and I'll speak on that because I don't work for the University System. In the University System of Georgia, and I've seen this happen several times with individuals, and that if you speak in a way that's authentic and real, there are consequences. I've seen that happen live and in color. And so I'll leave it at that. But as far as I'm concerned, beyond that, and honestly, beyond anything, at the end of the day, I think people know me well enough, and this I'm speaking personally, in that sometimes I don't give a doggone about your check, and I don't give a doggone about your feelings. I give a doggone about the least of those. I talk a lot about that. I think sometimes my mouth will get me in trouble, but at the end of the day, I'd rather say the truth. I'd rather put the information out there and shake the apple cart and let the apples make apple juice. And who don't like it, don't like it. But sometimes it's got to be said. And I mean, I think people sometimes get angry because you don't subscribe to what they want to hear, or they want you to live, or you're not doing the things that they want you to do. That ain't why I'm here. That's not why God placed me here, at least. God placed me here to be a voice for those who may not be able to voice themselves. I'm doing okay. But if I see a disparity somewhere, I'm going to speak on it.
Yeah. What about you, G?
I'm going to say this. I'm on a show called The Rabble.
Hold on, Tiff. Dang.
I'm like, I'm on the show called The Rabble, so I can't have no fear. I'm on a show called The Rabble, and I'll say this: when people do get upset with me, regardless of who it is, whoever they're affiliated with, or what system, not University System of Georgia, whatever, they get upset about it, then I'm gonna let the people know. I'm gonna say this is what they did to me. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna let it be known. I'm not gonna hide. And so then I'm gonna look at other resources for me to move on and say that that's not the place for me to be. Now, other people say that that's not a wise decision with regards to careers and other things like that. I'm like, guess what? I have but one life to live for my people and to fight for my people, because that's what I understand. See, and I tell people this, and so now I guess it's fitting for us that question you threw out there, Brother B, that since I was little, I understood I had to speak out for my people. I knew that as a child. I understood that as a child. So that's why some people who know me, they're gonna say, he was like that in high school. He's always been like that. So when he got to college, same thing. So I'm not about to change that perspective for me. And so I'm like saying, hey, because I've had people who have sought to crush me, just to be frank. Some people who tried to crush me, and they thought they could crush me. But guess what? They see me still flourishing, see me still going on. And that's not tied to me. I said that's tied to the Most High, that the Most High put me in position. It may not be as comfortable as with somebody else, but then I'm still able to make things happen, still be beneficial, and still take care of myself, take care of my family. That's the blessing from the Most High. And I said that's because me walking that walk and talking that talk, that is sincere talk. And now to share something with you, I got a relative who engages in political activism here in the city, and in the county. And she said to me, she said, you know what? She said that people were talking about Jamal, that some people say that you choose the wrong side, that I choose the wrong side, and that I support the wrong efforts. She said all that. She said, but those same people, though they may not agree with my position on stuff, she said, but they said this. They said, but you don't do it for yourself. You do it for the community. So right there, that's why I like saying, okay, even if they disagree with me, and they might not like me and care for me about my position on stuff, they understand that none of the stuff that I'm talking about is per se a Jamal trying to get something for Jamal. They understand Jamal is thinking that that's the right way for the community. So when they said that, I'm like, I ain't even got to sweat nothing about nobody. I said, as long as even the people who are not in the same position on the same boat with me, that the other people on the boat, they understand that about me. I said, guess what? So I don't even sweat it no more. I'm not saying yes. So I said, I still got to go forward and do what I got to do to help my people.
And you know what? Hey, let me say this here. For some reason, God is the spirit in me, and God, really brought this situation up. I understand we got a agenda to do tonight, but you know what? It may change up. Jamal, let me tell you this here. You absolutely right. You must be was on this phone call that this person called me. And you know what they told me, Jamal? The same shit you just said. They said I was on the wrong side. They did. They said I was on the wrong side and I don't know the other side. You choosing the side. I'm going to be strict honest with you. I'm going to be strict honest with y'all. You know what they told me? They said I was on Jewish Hall side. I was on the wrong side. You got to choose. They say you got to hear the other side. I said I don't want to hear the other side. I'm on the right side. And for you to say that, Jamal, you must have was on that phone call. I like, man, please. I hung up in their face, telling me I'm on the wrong side. You on the Jewish. They call it the Jewish Hall side.
Well, there's two things. Two things I want to respond to. We're gonna move on. Privilege. What Teray talked about was privilege. We all carry a level of privilege, and I'll speak on me. So what level of privilege do I carry? Well, I come from a middle-class background. I carry several credentials. I have a certain level of access. And it is critical of me that God, and I tell people this all the time, that's why you rarely ever hear me use Dr. Bryant, because I don't go by titles, as you heard from Teray. God gave me that as a gift to advance certain things. And I will rarely ever, that's why people don't know what I do, because I don't carry myself that way. God gives you things and gifts and things to give access so that you can be an advocate. And that's what he's talking about. And we all carry privilege. That's what you hear people say, talk about white privilege a lot of. We all have privileges. And if you don't use your privilege to advance the least of those, what are you here for? What are you using your gifts for? And if they're for selfish motivation, then I ask you to reconsider those things. And I take issue with that when people don't leverage their gifts in the right way. But picking sides, at the end of the day, I will always be on the side of making sure that people who, especially young people and elderly, who don't have the basic needs in this world, will get them. That's how I operate. It bothers me, and I'll give an example. I don't know how many times you've ridden by, and this is every community, you ride by, you see a young lady with a baby who's at a bus stop in 102-degree weather. If that doesn't bother you, I don't know what will. And you'll have people talk about, well, she should have. I don't give a doggone rat's ass what she should have done. What I see is what's real. And we've got to put things in place in our communities to alleviate that. We've got to put things in place to alleviate young Black men being killed. We got to put things in place so that young Black women in Yamacraw who are 15 years old not being raped and killed. When you see those things and that doesn't bother you, something's really wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking to the little young man, and people don't realize this too. Is this? You know what's the highest rating racist that's going in America now? Biracial kids. And you know what the biracial kids come from? Black men's international spraying their oats. And that's all we've seen in Florida, biracial kids, because you have we Black, white, Asian, Chinese, Puerto Rican, Cubans, is black. They got black in all of them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's like it is. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way,
So,
I want to give Steph Curry a shout out for bringing the light skinned brothers back. Hey, I'm sorry. Y'all
the
lost
what
one.
now?
Steph Curry brought us back, brother.
Yeah.
He brought us back. He brought us back.
Y'all was gold. Hey, y'all was gold, and our black behind was in. We. But you know what? It's okay. Y'all gonna be all right. Y'all
Hey, Steph Curry. All right, we're gonna move on, y'all. So, hey, we're going from serious to serious. What's going on with them? Here's the thing with Bill Cosby. I want to break it down because folk don't realize this. Doesn't nobody bother Bill Cosby till Bill Cosby was about to do what? Buy NBC. I'm gonna open the floodgates. What y'all think?
Yeah. That's it. That's what happened. That's what's happened. What happened was Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC, right? And then all of a sudden, now you got this woman, man, because at the end of the day, you know, she's back when that's happened. Come on now, if you like, she was already you know, dealing with women. So at the end of the day, and when that happened, they said, okay, now we can't let Bill Cosby stepping out of line. It's no different when Michael Jackson brought the Beatles stuff. And then all of a sudden now Michael Jackson is a child molester. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, when the NBA and people don't realize, I'm about to say some stuff that people don't know, and we need to get the truth. With Magic, when Magic and Michael Jordan was running the league and stuff, two black brothers running the league. All of a sudden, Michael Jordan had to leave because of the incident with his dad and the gambling problem. And then they had Magic say, you know, he's, you know, HIV or whatever. They try to say Michael Jordan and Magic was fixing games in the NBA. So they were saying, why don't you step away? Why don't you, two of the most high, this true. Why don't you step away from the game and come up with something and then come back? Anytime black men are doing right and doing for the country and making that money and dipping in the white folks stuff, they're going to come up with something. That's what happened to Bill Cosby. What black man was going to buy NBC and then all of a sudden, oh, no. Ain't no different than what's that boy now? They try to Brian Adams, him. They with him.
Oh, man.
You know, same thing with Trump. Trump was doing something. And then all of a sudden, oh no, Biden was leaking this. Oh no, we got to stop this. You know, now they got the boy in this court fighting for his life with a bunch of nonsense. Black people need to stop listening to nonsense and listen to the truth. Anytime any black men that's making it like Bill Cosby or whatever, they continue to try to take this man down. Leave that man alone.
Here's the thing. You know, and I want to add this brother to it because I am very pissed off at how they are treating Andrew Gillum in Florida. If you don't know about that, now all of a sudden he created some campaign, whatever people lost. You mean to tell me y'all done set this man up, then dug all his private life out and put it public, which is that should have never happened. And now you're just gonna humiliate the man by creating this foolishness, but yet y'all let Trump and his homeboys tear up the Capitol.
Yeah,
help me understand that. And the thing with Bill Cosby is now, I in no way, shape, or form do I agree with, nor do I support no kind of interaction or sexual interaction with minors.
Right.
But that woman's 65 years old, and at the end of the day, folks, let me break this down for you. A person that got that kind of money ain't got to sleep with no minor. He can buy any hole he want.
Yeah. Hey, yes we can.
Mr. Producer, he's not supposed to be using language like that, Mr. Producer.
Hey, man.
I mean, come on, man. You talking about, let me tell you something. Hey, Bill Cosby had to do is drop me a cool 50 grand. I'm happy. Hey, what you need me to do, bro?
Yeah.
You ain't got to give me no pills.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Boy,
Like, come on, like I have a hard time believing that. But and then let's juxtaposition that against this. You got the president of the United States telling him he gonna grab somebody by the lips, and y'all ain't got no real proof over here that Bill Cosby doing nothing. Like, it don't add up for me all the way. It just don't.
Yeah.
But I'm like you ain't gonna just tell me something I'm gonna run with it. I gotta think for a minute. That ain't this ain't adding up. It ain't adding up. So what we got next?
What about you, Jesus?
I mean, I still grapple with regards to, because Cosby attorney says a victory for them, and so, but they said that the woman would never see a payday from this right here, so they're going to appeal it. So again, I just look at it again, just like RG said, we don't condone the abuse of minors or anything like that, but to me, that this appears to be still an issue with regards to trying to punish this black person because they stood up and wanted to do something. Yeah. No different with regard to other folks when they have stood up and basically sent a message to people, and going to what you just said, Brother Bernard, that some of us get afraid and don't speak out because of repercussions that we think is going to occur. Yeah. And sometimes one thing we got to do is just see the repercussions coming against someone else, and then we just shut our mouths. And so, but that's not how we sort of live.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And if you want to go deep, and I may get in trouble what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, if you messing with Bill Cosby now, why you didn't mess with Edward Kennedy when that white woman got lost on that boat when he was in that harbor and they ain't never found her yet?
I'm a chapter critic. Okay.
Hey, come on now. Come on now.
Okay.
We can go back and say, and Mr. Kennedy, what happened to that woman? They still ain't found her yet. I'm just saying.
Drifting on a memory. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Man, you're gonna ask the church mothers to find that one.
Hey, you know what? They always think, hey, I'm telling you, hey, I was dumb as hell growing up. I got smarter when I got grown up and started listening and started doing my own research.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can, and I ain't never been the kind. I don't think I've ever been the kind just to just listen to stuff and go with it. Like, sometimes you just gotta really sit back and be like, that don't make no kind of sense. Like, it just don't. I mean, come on, like.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. All right, y'all. So we gonna before y'all know God will come on here and cuss us out. But what y'all think? Hey, you think they got Trump hemmed up in that January 6th hearings? Which, by the way, it's a very good put together. That's a very great production, by the way. They're doing. I like it. I haven't watched it all, but baby, I gotta give a shout out to Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney about that. Baby, she about to grab him by the kahunas.
Yeah. Hey, man. I was talking to Jewish the other night when I was in Florida, and I was bringing some stuff up, and I was watching the trial. Man, they coming up with some stuff that nobody even think about. It's a lot of folks was in this here. I don't know if the main man, I think he gonna go down for Trump. I don't know if they're gonna get Trump or whatever, but it's a lot of stuff coming out that people need to pay attention to. And black folks, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're trying to take y'all out. Y'all better go vote. Y'all better go vote these folks out, man, because those Republicans, like I told you the other night, they are crucial. Man, I didn't realize this, man. Anytime you want to take the vice president of the United States out, if you catch him, kill him. And he was 1 goes away. Man, that's some deep stuff, boy. The president of the United States, the president and the vice president, and what they call it, the homeboys or whatever they call them. If
Proud boy,
him, kill him.
Proud boy.
Proud boy. They asked these fools was gonna kill the vice president.
I knew they were real when they had the news hanging outside the White House.
I don't know about trying to kill me, but they was about to kill. Man, listen, y'all don't realize they was about to kill the vice president, and they told him to come get in the limousine in the car, and the vice president said no. He said no, because I don't know who driving that car.
Right.
That's some deep stuff. Hey, excuse me, I don't mean to cuss. That's some deep shit.
No, it is. That's why a lot of times you got to go with your intuition.
Yeah.
But you can't use profanity.
I'm sorry. I had to. Brother, what's up? I had to. What's up, Charles? I'm telling you, man, every black person in America need to pay attention to this trial because there's some stuff coming out and y'all gonna feel a whole different about these white folks in the Republican, boy. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna go and vote.
I'm trying to tell you, I think, but you know one thing, if don't take this the wrong way. The one thing I give Trump credit for is Trump will say what he want, when he want, and
yeah,
and he got courage and confidence that I've never seen before in my life. That man got there and said he called a whole vice president a wimp. He called him a wimp, and knew it was being recorded. Like,
yeah,
bro.
but hey, Trump real name now, boy, he a gangster.
He is. He's in the mafia.
Yeah, he is, man. He is. You know, before he became president, he was hanging around with all those black boys, you know, but Jay-Z and all those boys and stuff. Man, when you talking about take the vice president out, the president said take the vice president out. Man, that shit, it don't get, hey, I got a drink on that one, man.
But boy, look at him. I don't know where, you know, where do y'all think they're gonna go with this? I mean, you know, I think there's people who are upset that the Justice Department ain't doing more, but I mean, what can you do? I mean, the man, what gets me with folk, especially our Congress, the man that did everything right in front of your face, what you gonna, and he basically said what you gonna do. And guess what? I'm gonna run again in 2025. Yeah,
that's what he gonna do. So y'all better make Jamal Jesus the president of the United States next year, because if Trump get in there, boy, he's gonna keep on gassing, man. You know, because at the end of the day, man, they something else, boy, and they ready. So runoff and all these other ones, Democrats and all that, man, y'all better step up because they backing Trump all away. That's why so many of those Democrats done lost their seat. You know, they say us as black folks done got too big for ourselves, so they got to show us. That's right. Ain't
nobody expect, and they told y'all years ago, if you let them learn something, they gonna listen. If they learn, they gonna think.
Hey, they said we don't got too smart. We reading.
I'm reading.
Hey,
y'all better go watch the movie Glory.
I know.
You gonna wear that blue? You still want that blue suit?
They're like, how in the hell that Bernard done got so damn smart? He was dumb as hell. Now he's smart.
you been hanging around Easter. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Hold on to your Bibles. Hold on to your Bibles.
Jesus talking too much. Jesus. They say you talking too much, boy. It's a matter. So you better watch it, Jesus.
Yo, let me tell you about Shonda. So she posted a picture on Facebook with this Barbie doll, aka outfit, and trying to be cute, talking about she gonna do some community service. Now you know doggone well, ain't nobody wearing no white anything gonna do no service.
We was doing community service. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Lord fix it.
We know how to keep it classy, cute, clean, all of that. We the CCC.
You look happy, son. You look. I ain't been to, but you look shiny and happy.
You got that glow.
And glowing. Goddamn, you glowing like I don't know what.
That my moisturizer must be working. Thank the Lord.
Oh.
What's up, Jesus? Where's Julius?
It's all you, sis. It's all you.
Where's Julius?
He's not well right now, so he'll be back.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know, COVID is getting bad again here.
He had been drinking. He was drinking some moonshine.
Because you know how folks do. That'd be throughout Chatham, not just in 5 minutes.
He probably still hungover since Juneteenth, you know, because old people, they can't bounce back, you know.
You old Julius. You gonna take that?
they don't bounce back well. So Jesus, you might have to get, make him a batch of nut juice, so that his recovery time.
Nut juice and milk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, all right, producer, we're gonna move on over to speaking of Trump and Trump holes, we're gonna talk about Vernon Jones. So I don't know if y'all went on Twitter. So let me back up. Y'all know Vernon Jones, the failed, ridiculous sadness CEO. And for the Cap Side Brothers, I'm sorry y'all inducted that. Sorry, trash. But Vernon Jones was CEO of the Cap County, got destroyed, got his little feelings hurt, and so went over to the Republican Party and started jumping on the MAGA. I'll let you fill in the blank. And so anyway, he thought he was gonna run for governor, and he let Trump talk him out of that. Then he got big and bold. He gonna run for Congress against Collins. He got slapped down, destroyed, and eaten alive. And when I tell y'all, if y'all go to Twitter, go check out good alpha brother Roland Martin. Roland Martin told him up. Did y'all see it? Told him up.
No, I had Roland in a minute.
Roland told him up.
What did he say? What he talked about?
Oh, I let me see if I can. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to play it for y'all, but let's just say, if Vernon see that, it might be a all out fight.
Yeah,
or rumble in the yard. They might have rumble in the yard.
Here was a statement of Roland Martin, and I quote: "We're gonna dance on your political grave."
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Yeah. Man, that guy, Vernon, need to just go away.
He really
the dude
does.
just need to go away, man. Period.
He needs to collect himself, rebrand himself, and then if he wants to come back, then come back. But don't be that person that run for everything. Y'all know we got some people like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just be consistent with what you gonna do, but rebrand yourself. Because the last time I heard him talking, he was just talking sideways. I mean, it was like some type of body snatcher had done got him.
he might need a little tender love and care. I'll leave it like that.
He wants to. Well, you know them Kappas though.
He might need some of your moisturizer.
They get that tender love and care from any way they need.
We all need tender love and care. We all need that.
My God. That's another call from Glory. Tear it up.
Hey, just give me the tender love, and then I'll go ahead and take care of the care.
Oh, Lord. All right, Jesus, what do you think about Vernon Jones, your MPHC frater?
I mean, it's just that he is problematic, and that he is a political whore, and that's what occurs when you are a political whore. See, I said whore. I did not say hoe.
You should have said that.
Yeah, he Trump hoe.
Yeah.
Call a pawpaw hoe. But I just my thing with Vernon, honestly, and I think he honestly is in a place of pain that he's got to reconcile with, because there ain't no way in the world. Now, I get mad. We all get mad. We get mad at our family. We get mad at folk. But when you get through the mad, a little bit try to tell you, all right, let it go. But to sit there and to change parties and to go, I don't know if y'all saw the Republican convention, but I watched it. To go live to support Trump, he made himself look so dumb. I mean, he is just sad is a word for it. I hate it for him.
All of these subgroups in the Republican Party, and by subgroups, I mean minorities, LGBTQI, all of them make themselves look crazy because of the things that Trump stands for and what they say in your face at these conventions. I mean, we just had a Republican convention down here, and they were talking boldly about LGBTQ being a unnatural, a unnatural thing, and that they don't support it. But y'all got a whole group of LGBTQ people. They even have a what do you call it? A committee inside of y'all Republican thing down here. And how you bashing them in their face? But then these stupid people are still going to vote for you. And it's the same thing with the subliminal messages, towards Black people, towards anything that is not Caucasian in that group. And you sitting your Black behind up in there. Y'all remember Herman Cain?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't sad when Herman Cain passed because he was down for whatever and he got whatever.
Yeah.
So 2 years cold in his grave, almost, from following retarded people.
Oh Lord, fix it, Lord.
That was God's punishment on you,
Man,
So,
you're right. It's man, and you know what? I'm like, you are who you are. I don't care whether you straight, not straight, gay, bi, gender, whatever you is. That's you. That's who you want to be. Leave these folks alone. I mean, I am so tired. I'm like, at the end of the day, man, it's sad. It's sad, that. And one thing about it, the reason why it's like that, because these white folks, trunking up, they scared, man. They don't have no power. They don't have, all their power's gone. So now they trying to, get it back by just doing nonsense. But one thing I know they not going to do, they're not going to take no green fingernail polish off of Sonya's hand tonight.
Jesus.
And these are my real nails, and y'all never just seen me with fingernail polish on. That's what it
is. But since y'all want to go there, I'm about to get shot at. I know when they see me on Broad, they're gonna shoot at me. The Black religious community save the doggone raggedy framework of a scripture when you try to address me about some doggone LGBTQ, because at the end of the day, and I'm gonna say it, and so many people about to be mad, ain't nobody talked about LGBTQIA in nobody's Bible. So wherever you found that, it was never said by God. As I told several people in my family, and this is one thing I've learned, the only thing God prophesies, offer, and subscribe to were the 10 Commandments. Outside of that, that book is a book of interpretations. And so I wanted to state that because too many times I get tired of folks in our community. We talk about the white folk, but our community will denigrate our very own. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you over here having adultery situations going on. At the same time, you move past the part of love thy neighbor as I love thyself. You move past the part of all this other stuff, and you justify your sin, but then you want to go talk about other people in another community. Save it.
Yeah. Exactly. Because, these same people, I wish there was a freak flag. What color would that be? A freak flag. Because
ain't with that now, ain't no.
These, LGBTQ, we had the rainbow flag and everything. But what are these swingers and these polyamorous people? You straight Monday through Friday, but Friday evening through Sunday when you
God
tells to them parties that involve groups. What kind of flags are those?
They're clear because you can't see it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So before you tell me about what I shouldn't be doing, if I want to make it into God's pearly great gates, you need to start practicing love, humility.
Y'all went there tonight.
Stop freaking after midnight,
Oh no.
And creeping, So until we can get some flags on that, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on.
Stephanie
You're right.
Murdoch says morning, and we slept the night away.
That's
That's
right.
what she
You're
said.
right.
It happened.
That's right.
That's what she
Absolutely.
said. That's what she said, Rob.
Man. It's
But
crazy.
no, in all realness, and I'm serious about this because what people, and I'll offer this disclaimer. That's been the majority of my work is in diversity work and advocating for communities and all that. But when what bothers me with people, not bothers, what interesting to me is that folk who don't understand another community tend to go with assumptions that are not real. For example, I was in conversation with someone about transgender. I'm not transgender, so I can't tell you what the lived experience of a transgender person would be. But I do know this: there are people on this earth who inside feel like whatever, however, but they operate and they feel of the opposite gender. Some don't do gender reassignment, some do, but it's none of my business to place judgment on that. My only thing I can do, only thing God gave me the ability to do, is to be either A, supportive, or B, step their way. But nobody want to hear your conversations about what you think because nobody cares what you think. But at the end of the day, that's another human being. That's what we got to start valuing, is the aspect of human life and not your own idiotic, stupid, ignorant assumptions.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
I ask this question. So how do we deal with and address those people who are lesbian, gay, transgender, queer, and they are racist? How do we address them? What do we do about that?
Yeah.
Because they do exist. They are there. They have played a role in the oppression of Black people. And so, and often what happens over some segments within those communities, they go along with those folks based on the sexual orientation when those people have played a role in oppressing and harming Black people. But I don't get any conversation generally about that. I don't have people addressing that. So I throw it out there, just to the public in general. Y'all just got to respond. But I want people out there in the public to know that, listen, they are transgender, they are queer, they are lesbians, and they are gays, homosexuals who are racist and engage in racist activities and discriminate against our people, macro and micro on all levels. And I don't hear people saying nothing about that. It's like they give them a pass with regards to that just because of sexual orientation.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think you're right. And honestly, hold on, give me 1 second. I think the biggest thing that I have noticed, especially in the work I do, is that we do not open ourselves for authentic conversations. There's two types of conversations that I recognize. You have a conversation where you sit down and you listen for information and to gain knowledge and to learn. There's a second conversation where you want to offer defense and to justify. We don't do enough of the first one. We want to justify why something is right. We want to justify why belittling Black communities and brown people is acceptable. I remind people a lot of times that, Christianity, for example, was not the religion of Black folks. But because we have adopted it and we have believed in it so much, it was used as a way to justify slavery. So we just got to start listening and understanding that what we have learned and what we believe is real can be challenged. And if you sit down and talk to people, you can stretch what you already know. But I agree with you, Troy. It's got to be a both sides thing. We can't sit here and so advocate for one community while we're sitting here and supporting the denigration of another.
Yeah. I'm going to piggyback on what Sonia said. This the only problem I have. I mean, you are who you are. You can be whatever. I don't judge nobody. It is what it is. But my thing is this. If Monday I'm sleeping with Janet, okay?
Janet Jackson?
And then Tuesday I'm sleeping with Jack. I got a big problem with that. Because now you putting people in jeopardy. You got to choose side. If you want to sleep with Jack, continue to sleep with Jack, but don't go around and call Janet the next night. That's the biggest problem I have. But you get mad with us when we criticize you for that, and then you want to puff up, and then you want to take your razor blades out, and then now you got some issues.
I'm gonna shoot you. You try to cut them and shoot your ass.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm like, stick to what you really feel that you want to be and stop flipping the boat. That's the only problem I have.
Yeah. I mean, well, you need to be on the street corners in all over Atlanta, because that's where all the down low people at.
Yeah, man, Atlanta.
Why y'all what?
Now.
Why you going what?
Yeah.
Anybody, y'all go wait. Y'all in the weeds now. Come into the cornfield.
They right there.
Atlanta is something. Atlanta, man, you go to the airport, man. Atlanta, I'm telling people right now, you come to Atlanta, you better make sure you got your head on right, because this
no pun intended.
Hey, this city is crazy. I know it. I know it. Hey, have your head on right, but still, woo.
Ooh, get in trouble. They gonna. Oh Lord. All right, y'all. Producer. We're gonna shift for a minute to post-election results, because Chandra came in with that nasty stuff. So y'all, we got some good and interesting election results. I want to give a congratulations, both Teresa Watson and Paul Smith ran a great campaign for school board of the District 5. Congratulations to Paul for winning that, and congratulations to Joe Huffman, who is the new judge for Recorder's Court. Well, let Issa talk on this, Bernard, right quick. What are your thoughts about the post-election results?
Well, one of the things is that one candidate said that they did not make statements against their opponent in the race, and that they basically ran they took the high ground with regards to when their opponent was saying negative things about them and saying lies. So I'm gonna share something with the audience out there, again, not to you all. What Michelle Obama said, that when they go low, we go high, that is detrimental to who we are. So that becomes a part of, again, when Dr. King and people think about time to turn the other cheek and other type of stuff like that, that is problematic. When your enemy come at you with all their weapons ablaze, and you just say, God gonna protect me, I'm gonna stand above all this, you are a fool. God is saying, you better get you some weapons too and come against them. That those weapons will be used and they will prosper against you because you did not use the tools that you had to fight it. And so that's when one candidate, that's what they kind of indicated. So they should have gone after their opponent. Just like their opponent went and lied, that you got vigorously going to attack them and hit them with that. And it don't matter how people feel about it. So that's what, so just, I'm like, throw something out there. So some of you, when you see what happens in these elections in the city of Savannah in 2023, you all better not act like you're surprised about it, because people are not going to sit back and let people walk over them. They're going to come up guns a-blazing on you. Come at them, they're going to come back at them, at their opponents. So nobody need to be surprised. That forgiveness and be high and all other stuff, that is dangerous for oppressed people. But that's the type of conversation the oppressed people going to say. That ain't what we're supposed to be doing collectively now. Michelle Obama, President of the United States, so she's not oppressed. But conversation goes to oppressed people. That's how we think and how we function. We're going to be above the fray. God gave you the ability to fight back, and you better be fighting back.
I totally agree. I don't know if this is, my zodiac sign is Aries. Some of us subscribe, but the way I'm built, and my family know this. They're family members who, I mean no harm, but if I suspect or my intuition or anything tells me that you being foul, I'm gonna call it out and I'm gonna defend myself by any means necessary. And so if I do that for people close to me, if you ain't close to me, I'm gonna jack you up. But I agree with you. It comes a point where you can't just do people all kind of ways and think they're not gonna react. Right. And then when they react, then everybody wanna, oh my God. Yeah. You're gonna learn. There's an old saying, you keep poking the bear and that bear gonna snatch your ass up. Excuse my language.
And I can't stand those, down low, yes sir, master, type people, because that's what being passive. That's what Michelle Obama and many people, God will repay them. Not as quick as my ass will. not do is something to Shauna because
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something with Sean.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
that person that I'm gonna put you on blast every minute I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write your name in my new book.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, come on now. She preaching.
and let you know you can come back at me, but it's already out there by the time I do it because I do it good. You know.
How you do it? You take the earrings off?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. You're right. It's like this. I was talking to my daughter when I got back from Florida, and I said, you know what, baby? I say, people they done got it twisted. I got 18 personality, and they done got it twisted. I'm telling you, I am so tired of people. I am so tired of people taking my kindness for weakness at the end of the day. For now on, I'm like this. You slap me, I'm gonna slap you all the way to
No,
Cape Cod.
Julius.
You know, seriously, man. People need to stop thinking that they can do people all kind of way, and we just gonna sit and take it. I ain't taking it. I'm listening to y'all. Let me look in this camera. I ain't taking it no more. I'm telling you right now. You come at me, I'm gonna come at you, and we gonna see who gonna win.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
I got some haters in Savannah, and I purposefully do, I put myself right there in their face because once I start with my get back, I'm all the way up here in Houston.
You ought to go twerk on
hurt me.
Yeah.
You can't hurt me, but I can hurt you by releasing books and posters, and even if I have to, I'll buy some advertisement time next to your house.
All things relevant media can sell you some time now. We run commercials now.
Hey,
I'm telling because Julius will never put mine.
Yeah, it is. You got the money. We'll make it happen.
He will not. But
but y'all, I think with the election, the only thing that I think I would have done differently, and I'm going to speak to Stacey Abrams on this. I don't think that she should have gotten to the business of endorsing that early. I get what she was doing, but I think that's a dicey situation because we're going to find out. Because at the end of the day, for example, you're endorsing B over D, and B won and all of your candidates won that you endorsed. But now you know that D has a major following. Will they revolt against you? Will they show you how they feel? And so you got to think about that. It bothers me that she is making that was a very naive rookie move. We're gonna see what are y'all thoughts about it?
Yeah.
Well, they said, when I was running my race, they told me you don't ever endorse anybody. You run your race, and because some of your constituents may not like the people that you're endorsing, especially if it's a county-wide race or a statewide race or whatever. Run your race, but be careful. Do you know that there were people that would not even get into pictures with me when I was running my race because I was running against that useless Shabazz? But because they
ran for council, but I may have been gone then. So you ran for district 5 council?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Lost by 88 votes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's only because they cheated, and people like Jesus was standing out on the side of the road telling people not to vote for me. But Jesus.
Shots fired. But no, don't say that.
I didn't tell people not to vote for you.
Well, you told them to vote for Estella Shabazz. So that was just like telling them not to vote for me.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, RG. Hey, Sonia and Jesus. Let's clear this up. Let's talk about it. Let's clear this up. So, we family now. Let's clear it up.
Oh, Lord.
Go ahead, clear it up. They were just going with what the status quo was, and nothing.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Well. Let me add this, Sean, if I may. The whole West Savannah. See, if you're from Savannah, y'all know this. You got West Side and you got West Savannah. And my issue with the city of Savannah, and the reason why I plan on running for office, is because I'm sick and tired of seeing our communities left out of the planning pieces and trying to be regentrified. I can't stand it. I'm tired of it. I am 44 years old, and that city of Savannah on the West Side and West Savannah have not changed in 44 years. And y'all older than me.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
And especially when you have mayors that have already invested in the regentification of the West Savannah over there, Fair Street, Augusta Avenue, all of that. They've created a thank you, Julius. But they've created investment companies, and former mayors have stake in the regentification over there of West Savannah. I'm not gonna call nobody frat, brother, but
call me like that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna sit on the show and let y'all bash my people, bash Julius Cousins. I'm not gonna sit on the show and let y'all do that. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to leave right now. I'm going to leave right now. God bless y'all. So I'm not going to
hey, wait a minute. Ain't no sister you leave. You sit right there, man. You always want to leave.
No, I gotta go eat, man. I gotta go eat. That's what I'm leaving. I gotta go eat. I gotta go eat.
We got 40 minutes. Hey,
I can't be. Oh my God,
trust me. You want to leave when it's getting hot. At the end of the day,
all right, we'll move on.
No, actually, I was gonna leave at 8. I was gonna leave at 8 o'clock, but then let me wait a bit.
You came in at 8. You came in at 8.
Is 8:19? No, I was gonna leave at 8 o'clock.
Hey, I know why you're leaving. You ain't trying to make bills with Sonya. I know why you're leaving, man. Y'all just kiss and make up.
Oh no, I mean it's all good, Sonya. That's my sister. Sonya, my sister. I ain't got no problem with that. That type of stuff don't bother me. If you had saw Run, if you had saw Run tell that, but me and Minister Joquan Oliver, we talked about we don't have no fear about nothing, none of that. But when you asked that question about, and my brother Robert would have said something about USG, I don't give a damn about the USG, not like that. About my security, and anybody that I say, anybody who knows me, who will go and tell you about Claude Lee, they're going to tell you, what y'all see with him is how he's always been since we've known him since he was a child.
Yeah, he cussed me out there.
So, so no, I don't sweat none of that stuff. That was all me. But I know I need to eat my doggone food, and you be doing that to me all the time, Bernard Brown, and I can't be doing that. So I'm like, yo.
Hey, Jamal, I'm going to say this here. At the end of the day, I eat food. You eat nuts. So basically,
you can have nuts up under your desk.
That's right. So you don't need to leave the way.
In your mouth.
Like
every night
going on.
Sorry, no pun intended.
People get on now.
But on a serious note with this here, man, I grew up in West Savannah on Farrell Street. And man, I'm like, that's a lost cause. How in the hell it got to be like that? They don't give nothing about West Savannah. The same people that I seen when I left there on the corner is the same people still on the corner. West Savannah is a hot mess. And the mayor, I guess, wherever he grow at, and whatever he was at, that he ain't doing nothing. Whoever got that part of the city ain't doing jack.
Oh,
and,
well,
wait, let me finish.
In Bernetta Lanier's defense, when you got a whole council, at least 5 or 6 people shutting you out of the planning process of being able to serve your constituents, what can you do?
That's right.
The mayor has made it. He done put it in the bylaws that you can't put anything on the agenda unless it's approved by 5 people or whatever.
But
and same 5 people say no all the time. What the hell she's
but let me offer this to y'all. What people got to understand too is not just about the mayor. I want everybody to go look at the Metropolitan Planning Commission. Google it tonight. Chatham County, Georgia, Metropolitan Planning Commission. Those heathens and jackasses have a major part to play in the regentrification piece. So I'm not going to just blame one person, even though I have issues there. But there's some other players in this game, and the power brokers. When you understand the narrative of what's going on around you and county commission, this thing ain't the one person. Ain't that much, put it like this: one person ain't got that much power. I'll say that.
Yeah. And
but
Bernard.
See down at the end, all the way down. What is it? Bay Street.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Bay Street? And then it turns into whatever that is. Going out the expressway, going out towards Tybee Island.
President.
Okay. Do y'all see Reed Delaney's buildings? All of them, the condos.
Those townhomes. Y'all want to know how much them townhomes cost? Those townhomes are $600,000. Beautiful. I love them. I went to look at them. $600,000 though? Seriously?
Yeah. But what they're trying to do with West Savannah is that River Street and all of that, the downtown, that's going to be the playhouse. And then from on President Street going east and on President Street going west, you're going to have, that's where the people going to live. And trust me, I bet you $1 for a dime, Norton Street, Farrell Street, all of that will cease to exist in the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Because
Go look at the Metropolitan Planning Commission plan for 2040. You'll see.
Go ahead, Jesus.
I was going to say, Bernard, I'm not going to allow you to throw disparaging remarks against Chandra's frat brother who helped her get her degrees, and Robert Bryant's frat brother who helped and aided him through life. I'm not going to sit on here and allow you to do that type of stuff. So again, he's been instrumental in the life of Chandra McKeithen and also Robert Bryant. So I will not allow that type of language to go out there unchecked. So I got to check you. I got to check you on that. So understand that that's their frat brother, that's their friend.
And Julius cousin.
Chandra and Van have pictures together that I have of them, and so again, I will not allow that to happen. And Robert and Van, of course, have pictures together and videos together.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you this here. In West Savannah, you better not mess with 256 Farrell Street and 284 Farrell Street. If you do, it's on like Park Home.
What about Heritage Street in Liberty City?
and Heritage Street, Heritage Street, Liberty City. That's right. You know.
I mean, and the sad thing about it is, once everybody else sells around there, your 2 houses might be standing up, but then they're gonna take that by eminent domain. Watch.
Well, here's the thing, and this is why I give major props to the 5th District Coalition. What we've got to do is, I get all of the power brokers in the conversation. I get that. But when the community comes together and pushes back like the 5th District Coalition has done, you slow that stuff down and you make an impact. Now, what I want people to look at is this. Here's a great example of what can happen. Not only if you look at SCAD, y'all remember where Mickey's was. Mickey's right there by Bobo.
Yeah.
How SCAD was just eating that area up. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to, if you remember, you all remember what a globe is, the big globe. How now that is about to be a major development and how that's threatening the existence of Poplar Place. My only thing is, we've got to start coming to council meetings in numbers. So you get 50, 60 people from West Savannah to go up in that meeting and just see how the difference that make. You get people from our communities in West Savannah and West Side to be on the Metropolitan Planning Committee. And if they can't be on there, then you show up to those meetings. That's how you slow stuff down and get people to realize that we ain't here to play with y'all. You know what kills me? Where was I riding? I was over what was it? Ardsley Park area, Haversham Woods, and you see how they get attention. But then you go over there, over there by what is the area? By International Paper, that area, and our folks got to live in houses that with the roads all tore up. Y'all start showing up to some of these meetings. Go to Metropolitan Planning Committee meetings. Start emailing these leaders. You'll get a difference. Because at the end of the day, and these people about to get pissed with me, but I'd rather shake an apple cart and let you be pissed and make you do some action. Where you at, NAACP?
Man, please.
First
of all, they haven't existed in Savannah in a long time. Don't y'all still have that useless guy that used to be the head of the city council? What was his name? He used to be the chairman of the city council, wearing his Grecian formula all the time. What's his name? Come on.
I don't know.
It's one of it's another one of Julia's cousins, but it's not the current cousin that's in there now.
You about to be out the shop. Oh, Al Scott. I know Julia's name related to Al Scott. Oh, you ain't thought about that one.
Yeah, Al Scott. Ever since
Al Scott have you in your grade, cuz.
Ever since he took over, and then you had his do boy, what was the guy's name? Shinholster. I mean, so between the two of them, that's 200 years, because both of them old.
No, it's a lot.
And
so it was in Atlanta.
What was really going on in the NAACP? Just them collecting some dues. That's it. Yeah. That's it. And holding a raggedy meeting every now and then.
Oh my God. Oh.
Where they wouldn't allow anybody to really talk except the ones that's gonna be for them. But I mean, I never had nothing for Al Scott. Al Scott, I mean, he's just like the Vernon Jones of Savannah. Yeah. Except that he pretended in public to be a Democrat just so that black people could continue to vote for his sorry behind. But he was sorry, and that was period.
David, when a black woman call you sorry, you a mess. You're in a trouble.
And you know what? The biggest thing too, man, that we got to realize too, man, we forgetting about the little people, because the little people really don't know the ones that's saying on the corner, the ones that just don't have nowhere to go. They don't understand politics. They don't know what to do. The little people's getting lost, and we trying to fight for them because we know what's going on, and it's weighing us out. But the little people, if everybody, this is what we need to do. We need to have a summit for all the little people, right? Everybody that don't know about nothing, and give them the information that they need to know. I guarantee you it'll be a different situation.
Yes, we do.
Let me offer this. Let me offer this, Chandra. What leadership is about is this. I don't know if you all have been over by what's the community over there? It's the Old Hitch Village by Randy's area. Next year, the veteran homes, the little homes for the veterans. That's progress. But then you go over there on President Street, right when you pass those townhomes that are $600,000. You go under that bridge and you look to your left, and you see people out there with no food and struggling. And what bothers me, all of us on here, we eat well, we got a roof over our head, we're fine. But when you see stuff like that, and when you see Pine Street in Atlanta, and you see people who are in leadership who don't give a dog on and have no policy to address that, that sickens me. I mean, and we all would love to help them, but we don't have the resources like our city government and our county government to serve those people. But we've got to do some things different. And I tell people this all the time. If I'm voting for you and you sticking to things as normal, meaning that you have no idea for legislation or policy or advancing us in a way that makes sense, I ain't voting for you. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. And that's why I'm supporting 68. Y'all know what 68 is?
It's
Keisha
not
gets
69.
from there because while people are so upset about her approach, when you sit down and you talk to that woman, that lady can sit home every day and be okay. But she is out there going through hell and high water to serve the least of those. She ain't got to do that. She put her family on hold. She put her children on hold to go serve and to find things to make life better for other people. That's leadership. And I just wish people would understand that you're not in mayor's role, county commission roles to pat your back. Wonderful, you got a title. So what? What next?
Yeah. And the bottom line is this. They keep always saying, see something, say something. And you know, people see it, but they don't want to say anything. And that's the problem. And like we say, man, it's the little people that need the information that they ain't getting. They need it to make a whole difference in that voting line. I guarantee you, if they get the information that we given and we know, I guarantee you that voting line be run all the way from here to Savannah, Georgia, to Atlanta, Georgia.
But see,
period.
But then the other thing is when these politicians can find a couple of prominent, they find them in every district. They'll find some prominent church leaders in every district. In District 5, you got Charles, whatever his name is, that got that big old church that used to be on Tibet Avenue.
You talking about Trimble?
Huh?
You're not talking about Craig Trimble?
No, his name is Charles something. He used to have that big church that was on Tibet Avenue in District 5. And you know, you got Marsha Postel, who has her church over on the west side. You know, when they can get in with these types of people and that people hold reverence to, you know, because just like Marsha Postel, her whole family, Marsha Buford now, you know, y'all know about Marsha Buford, but I remember when she was a Postel. Marsha Buford, you know, has Bread of Life or whatever church, and her whole family is church, you know, Graceful Gospel, which is Steve O. Bullock, you know, and then Bucky, which is Edwin, I forgot their last name, his last name, but all of them come from church families. And I mean, all of them are in one church family over there from the west side. They grew up on Norton Street. So anyway, when you can get people like that in your pocket, paid off to tell their parishioners, oh, forget what you see in people, you know, let me puppet master what your vote needs to be. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why you keep getting the same old every time, even though these people know that they're suffering and the people that are supposed to be for them are not representing them well.
Let me speak on that. And you're right about that. Here's at the end of the day, if a church pastor or a church community supports an individual who they knowingly understand is not to serve the least of those, then you need to take that very Bible that you're reading and go buy a new one because it ain't working, because you got the wrong one. Yeah. The Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. Yeah. The Bible says, serve. Last I looked, the Lord didn't take his title as Jesus and do it for self-gain. He took it and he served the poor. He sat with the lepers. He let the blind see. And so what bothers me with pastors, first of all, churches have no business in brainwashing people. But so many times these pastors want to be the second God, but talk a whole different scripture. And one thing about me, y'all know, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna be real as it is, and people gonna get mad, but stay out of the business of swaying people and stay in the business of preaching what's real and not what you think is supposed to be said. Because at the end of the day, if God really spoke to you, you wouldn't even be talking that garbage.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany. Bring that comment you made up put it up, Tiffany, about the rappers. Put that up about what the rappers. She said about get the rappers involved. Yeah, that right there. Need to get the rappers involved. Trust me, the rappers got their own situation. They need to stop killing each other.
Exactly.
That's what they need to stop doing. Every hour, every second is a rapper getting killed because of nonsense. You could make a record today and be dead tomorrow. Okay, the rappers. Let me say this in. I don't care who get mad. They're part of the problem.
Some
They're
of
part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They are part of the problem. The last thing I'm gonna do is go to a rapper and ask for some solution. You know what I'm saying? Come on. One thing I'm gonna ask them is look here, really, what's going on with y'all? You know what I'm saying? If y'all love y'all some community so much, then you need to stop killing each other over and over again. Last thing I'm gonna do, I don't need to go to no rapper and ask for some kind of solution in my black community. Hell to the no.
True.
And I'll say this here. At the end of the day, the problem is the issue. And I think about this a lot. Why can't, as the black community, we got all these fractions and silos, right? We got the church, we got the rappers, we got the young, we got the old, we got the this, that, the other. The problem is we want to talk about each other and we want to criticize the other because they're not living the life that we think they should live. Great example of this. And this is a hypothetical situation I've seen happen. So you got a young kid who grows up, identifies as a lesbian, dresses up as a stud, and on drugs, and has issues and doesn't go to church. And you know what we're going to do, especially our church going folk? We're going to put it out there. We're going to criticize them. We're going to make them look bad, and we're going to publicly shame them. So what does that do? That makes that person not want to be involved, and we are further distancing our community. That's how we operate. That's how we operate. And then we always want to point the fingers at our next person. But if we really want to be about getting together, you go reach out, you advocate for a person in times of need. That's advocacy. You didn't see Dr. King out here against Baynard Rustin. You didn't see Dr. King out here talking about the poor. They need to go pull himself up by the bootstraps. He advocated. You don't step on people because they're different from you. You don't throw a person away because they don't subscribe to the way you want them to live. You don't dislike a person because you think because their gender is different, they change it or go through whatever. People are people and they were created by God. So when we learn to get past our own personal bullshit and start being about community, that's when this community can get better.
And you're right. And I understand that. And let me address this, Tiffany. I'm not going back and forth. We got good rappers, we got bad rappers at the end of the day. And that's, they have a bunch of influence on the audience and they have kids. That's what kids do. White kids, black kids, whatever. They listen to the rap music. They listen to, man, some of them listen and they go out there and do the same thing. Okay, I understand that. You have good and you have bad. But it's like, I'm gonna say what I got to say, and when it come out my mouth, it's coming out my mouth. You know, some people gonna like it, some people not gonna like it. But at the end of the day, you know, you have good and the bad, then you have good R&B and you have bad R&B at the end of the day. But I don't need no rapper. I don't need nobody to tell me what's right and what's wrong. I don't need to talk to nobody. The only person I need to talk to is God at the end of the day, period. I don't need no leaders to try to tell me how to lead when they don't even came to spell leader. It's not, I'm like this here. It's not lack of ship, it's leadership.
Amen, brother.
Everybody got issues. Yeah, everybody got issues. Everybody in the world got issues. But my thing is this, you know, you got the women's and you got the men's. But if you got a good man, you keep him. You got a good woman, you keep him. But people always saying, oh, I can't find a good man. I can't find. Get up in the morning, look in the mirror and what you see.
That's right.
Start with that first. That first.
That's right.
And then answer your own question. I'm sorry, I had a moment.
That's it. I agree with everything. I agree. Well, we don't have much more time, but Juneteenth. Tell me what y'all did for Juneteenth. I know in Savannah we did a live broadcast from out there, and right now 37th and Montgomery. If you're from Savannah, that park there, which it was really good. I remind people, y'all might remember this, but E93 I used to intern for E93 many years ago, and we used to do a Juneteenth celebration and have the celebrities come in and do a concert at Forsyth. But it was a very good thing. I give a shout out to Savannah, Georgia. You know, our three superwomen were there. Keisha, Alicia, and Bernetta were there. As they always are. The one thing I love about those three ladies is they are always making time to be in the Black community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As much as they are in the white, they're in the Black community. So I want to give them a shout out for taking time out of their day, putting their families on hold, putting their personal lives on hold to make sure that they're just out there just having a good time with the people of Savannah.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Sonia, I want you to do this here. Because a lot of people, Black people in America don't know what Juneteenth means. Won't you give them the history of really why Monday was a holiday?
Wonderful.
Because a lot of people don't know.
Monday was a holiday because when Abraham Lincoln read the Emancipation Proclamation, thereby abolishing slavery in the states, the United States at that time. For some reason, the people in Texas didn't get the information, and whoever was bringing the information over to the people in Texas was riding the slowest horse in history, because they didn't find out for 2 years after that slavery had been abolished. And so we were 2 years behind in Galveston, Houston. And so that's the reason why Juneteenth is actually celebrated. And I'll add a little caveat to that.
Yeah.
Here in Houston, still, you can understand every time you talk to most of the Black people that's from Houston, Galveston area or Texas, you can understand why they were 2 years behind getting out of slavery.
Yeah.
Because most of them, most of them still have that slave mentality. That's just
the most Black folk in America still got that Black same mentality.
Right. Especially in Alabama.
We will not, they will not challenge anything, because I think that they feel like, well, and we probably could still be lynched over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you better get you a pistol.
You're right. Yeah. And people need to realize when he did that, you people in the North, when he did it, people in the North was free, but not people in the South. And that's why Abraham Lincoln was continuing to mess with that Black woman, and he got a Black baby. You know what I'm saying? So we might well put
strong term too.
At the end of the day, he had jungle fever. And period. He got a couple of Black cows right here.
Most of them did. But but the other thing is that I don't know how y'all feel about this Juneteenth. It's just a symbolic holiday that they gave us, because they said only 17 or 18 states actually gave their people time off with paid time off. The other 36 states, they're just like, oh, if you take off, you better use your PTO or whatever. And the private owners of companies, they don't celebrate that, but it's mysterious that they gave us this symbolic holiday during the time that we were asking for police reform. I still need to see that police reform bill, because it was during the same time. And good old Joe Biden said, "Oh, well, what I'll give the Negroes is Juneteenth." No, we
Yeah,
don't
Kamala.
need
It
Juneteenth.
was Kamala.
Yeah.
Y'all
And
ain't
you know
thinking
what?
of Kamala.
You're right.
You know,
Hey, my thing is
She's
this.
pretty.
I
She's
ain't
a
gonna
nice window dresser.
Yeah, I ain't gonna make no comment on this Juneteenth because I know for a fact I will get in trouble. And if you really, I tell you how I really feel about it, but I'm not going. Tonight is not the night. I'm gonna leave it like that.
You know, I'm not gonna start celebrating Juneteenth until we can start celebrating the fact that our children are not being pulled over and our black men are not being pulled over.
Oh, not just pulled over, hunted. Use the right language, being hunted.
And killed and nobody being held accountable. I will not celebrate Juneteenth, July 4th, all of those.
Yeah.
Because we have not been freed.
Yeah. Nothing. The only day, and you know what? The only day that I'm gonna celebrate is the day, every day that God can wake me up and I can see the next. That's the only day I'm gonna celebrate. The rest of it, y'all can take those days that y'all giving us and stick it where the sun don't shine. Period.
Yep. I mean, because all it is symbolic stuff. You know, just like they talking about this little gas tax holiday. That's not gonna help us. What 14 cent or 18 cent off of $4.95 gonna do?
Well,
and last year this time we were paying $2 and some change.
Well, let me offer this. Let me offer this, and I want to go off what you said, Chandra. Let's talk. I think Juneteenth is symbolic and it's a step forward. But when I was running for Public Service Commission, somebody asked me the question about reparations, and I was like, yeah, well, first of all, we need to start talking about reparations. And if Warnock ain't gonna talk about reparations, maybe Herschel Walker will. I put it out there. Get mad if you want. I'm said it. It is what it is. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that every black child in America for the next 10 to 20 years should receive full tuition at any college of choice.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
That's advancement. We need to talk about every black elderly person receiving free utilities at the age of 65 and above. That's change. We need to talk about home rates and mortgages needs to be half price for black communities to take care of the segregation they had to live through and to be disenfranchised many years ago.
Yeah.
You want to talk about change Congress? Warnock, step up.
Yeah. And to add to that, Rob, all of the years that we had the same credit score, had the same, maybe making the same amount of money, but we were denied mortgages.
Yeah.
You know, because of a already ingrained system of racism.
Yeah.
They did not want to see us have assets. You know, so when they start talking, I mean, I just feel like Jesus. I just want to just dump over the whole table, start kicking things down and stuff, because it ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Well, that's why. And the reason I want people to realize why I call Warnock name, one, because he's Georgia's senator, and two, he proposed a gas tax. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. No. And the thing that angers me every day, and I'm so angry about it. I'll never forget when Trayvon Martin was hunted and killed, and I said, "This ain't gonna be the end of this." And people looked at me like, I want us to count how many times, whether it be police or private citizens, that black males have been just destroyed and humiliated and killed just for being black males, right? Yeah. And then I want us to go back to slavery, and I want us to think about how many black women and Emmett Tills there are, and how many people were beaten and beaten with whips and hated on and called boy and the N-word just for the sake of what? And you got the nerve to sit here and not offer anything about that, right? And then to say, oh, by the way, we give you a little gas tax. Go to hell with that bullshit. Excuse my language, but it angers me to know that we have people that are sitting in these spaces of privilege. Tim Scott, Kamala Harris, do something that's worthwhile other than patting your own backs, making more money, and creating systems that don't help our people. Because at the end of the day, you all can be replaced too.
Yeah.
And I feel strongly
you're
about
right.
that.
And I want to say this in too. And you brought the gas prices. It's a shame the way this gas price is up like this here. And my daughter was going to work and she said, Daddy, you know, this gas is killing us, killing me. When you trying to do the right thing and trying to go to work and this gas is just killing us. And JoJo and Comic Man, I'm going to say this right now. Remove them. Remove all of them. I'm tired of them. You got people, man, we got to worry about putting gas in our car instead of paying our house note, instead of paying our light bill, water bill. You got these young kids, man, paying all this money for gas, and then nobody saying nothing to do something. JoJo, y'all ain't doing nothing in DC. And Carmen, all y'all need to pack y'all shit and get out. And I'm sorry, period. I'm tired of it. Whatever we get for 24, we just get it and deal with it.
Yep. Because it's strange how the people that suffered in the Holocaust, and I give them their props, they suffered. Okay, they got money from the United States for the Holocaust, and the United States wasn't even the people that did what the hell they did. You know, we didn't put them in no concentration camps and all of that. Russia should have been Germany should have been the one paying them reparations and all of this. But they got.
I'm glad you said that. That's what made me even angry about the situation. You mean to tell me how much money we gave to Ukraine for something we ain't got nothing to do with?
I just said that.
And we got folk out here hungry?
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't talk about hungry when Afghanistan just had a earthquake today or before day this morning, killed over 1,000 people. They said that they were already facing hunger and blah blah blah. And did y'all know that we were sending them? We're sending them humanitarian packages and all of this type of stuff, and they're considering sending them some more stuff when we got people on Emancipation Avenue down here in Houston. It's a whole, right outside of Minute Maid Park, there's a whole homeless camp with over 200 people. Right up under that bridge.
Before Kasim Reed's ignorant behind got in office and did this, have you ever been to Pine Street? You want to see some hurtful, Bernard's probably seen this, Pine Street in Atlanta. And to know that a mayor that looked like us basically disintegrate. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what I'm saying is this. People have real issues. People have issues that lead them to homelessness. People have issues that impact their homelessness that make it that make it chronic. But to displace them, to not even offer them something when you got all resources and we giving out free money, I have a problem with that, because at the end of the day, you basically just ignoring a problem, and you eating well. Why can't they eat well? One thing about me is this, and y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, but if I eat, everybody gonna eat. That's how I operate.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm not gonna have food, and because I feed my neighbors right now. Both of them had strokes, and I go down. I come home. I cook. They don't ask me to cook for them or anything, but I know that I got tired of seeing them door dashing all the time, So I said, let me share what I have, and that's what I do. So that's how the leadership should be. You shouldn't see a whole encampment of people up under a bridge. And then, but we're sending money from inside of the United States, outside of the United States, and our children are hungry at night because we're having to put, everybody can't afford twice a week to put $50, I mean, every time they pull up at the gas station, my car, it costs me $62 to fill up now. But last year it was only costing me like $25.
Yeah.
You know.
So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But everybody don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
I mean, because if they had that kind of money, hell, they'd be paying their water bill and electric bill.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I mean,
I don't know. It's crazy. It's like if you see if you see somebody struggling, man, just help them. At the end of the day, and you're right, RG, and it started back in 1992, 96, I believe, when they Atlanta had got the Olympics and all that. And then once that happened, you see all these homeless people, man. You go down there on Peachtree, right by Grady Hospital, it's lying down nothing but tents and homeless people. And my thing is, we the greatest country in the world. Man, that's a bunch of baloney. Yeah. Because y'all rather take care of other countries than take care of the people in your own country. Yeah. And then they just came up with another new bill to send over to the Ukraine people. Why do you keep helping these folks and you can't help us? You can't help the people who live in here. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of Ukraine, let me give a shout out to Joe Biden, Kamala, and all of you MFers who are so hyped up because now all of a sudden, and I'm not, take it as you will. Now that two male WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant looking individuals are captured, where was the same energy when Brittany Griner was captured? How many
exactly.
Months?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she wasn't even bothering nobody.
No, they just kept saying, well, we're aware of the situation and we're working on it. No, see, my thing is this. They told y'all from Jump Street, people, don't go over there to Ukraine. They said, stop flying over there. Stop.
How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here.
Yeah. So now you done sacrifice yourself for a country. Well, I mean, maybe y'all do relate, but I bet you I better not see my damn son volunteering over there with as many people as black people as the Ukrainians may get out and walk off the buses.
Oh yeah, we gotta make final comments because our timekeeper and Minister of CEO is
last word.
So Bernard, Chandra, and I'll make my last word.
Bye, y'all. Have a good week. Rest of the week.
Oh, it's gonna snow. That's all you gotta say. It's gonna snow for
That's all I got.
Hey, my last word is get that young lady, Brittany, get her home, man. Get that young lady home. Please get that young lady home.
So I think tonight what y'all saw was, and you see it every week, is our passion and care for the issues. But tonight, one of the things I do want to say is we talk a lot about helping people. There's somebody hungry tonight. If somebody needs something, be a blessing to somebody. Cash out and take them some money. But if you got the resources, help somebody else. That's what we're here for. All right, lady producer, take us out, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Hey, great show. Love y'all. Y'all be good.
Y'all too.
I like that.